questions asked by Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad replied, the big oceans, high mountains, big trees, clouds, rivers, all that has life, all non living things, villages, towns, big cities, sun, moon, forests, graveyards, you, me, like this, all that we can see with our eyes in this universe, and also the universe that we cannot see with our eyes. Everywhere Narayana is filled. He is at all places. He exists at all time. I don't have the Shakti to describe his form. There is no place where there is no hurry. Hearing to that, Hiranyakashipu got much angry. Hey Prahlad, you say that Hari is at all places. Say if he is in this pillar. Prahlad said, omnipresent Sri Vishnu is in this pillar also. Hiranyakashipu was so proud, thinking that there was no god greater than him. He said, if that Hari is there in this pillar, then I will do puja to him. In anger, his eyes turned red. He bit his tooth, his mustache throbbed. He took out his sword and stood up, boiling in anger. He cut the pillar with a sword. When he did so, a heavy sound like a thunder fell on a mountain was heard everywhere. At once, Vishnumurti took an avatar from that pillar with much anger. That was evening. The Daityas who saw him ran away in fear. That Vishnumurti's half body was like a lion and the other half was human body. Hence he appeared in the form of Narasimha. He roared. His hair from head broke the clouds in the sky. His lion roar made everyone in all directions to go deaf. The Agni Jwala that arose from his face burnt the Asuras. His hunkara sound made the fetus from the Asura's conceived woman's womb fall out. His nails were big and curved. The Asuras who saw such a Narasimha avatar got afraid. Hiranyakashipu ordered them to get ready to fight with him and come at once. They also got ready and came at once for waging war. A big war broke out between Narasimha and those Asuras. They all were destroyed in a fraction of a second by Narasimha's exhaling air from his nostril. So Hiranyakashipu himself took all the weapons and went to fight with him. Bhuma Devi feared if she could be undisturbed. Seas went turbulent, space shook and stars fell. War went on between Narasimha Murthy and Hiranyakashipu for one muhurta time, that is 1.5 hours. Narasimha thought as per the boon Hiranyakashipu got, that was the right time to kill him. Hiranyakashipu did harm to all in this world. On the foot of that pillar, Narasimha put Hiranyakashipu on his lap. That was the evening time. With his holy nails that could not be said as a weapon, he opened up Hiranyakashipu's chest. With a loud roar, he took Hiranyakashipu's intestine and put like a mala around his neck. As when all the devas were looking at him, Hiranyakashipu died. Devas said, today is a good day. Asura's trouble left us and went away. They were much happy. They put flowers over Narasimha Murthy like rain and sang stotras in praise and danced. Many died in this big war. Many feared to watch the fight and ran away from this world itself. Rakshas on this earth were all destroyed completely. Along with them, miseries also went away. All were happy. Long time ago, when they were at Vaikund, Mother Lakshmi asked, Swami, with such a soft, young, beautiful body, how do you fight in war? That Mother Lakshmi was along with Narasimha in this avatar and saw everything. Swami, what a terrible form you took. She was surprised and got her doubts cleared. Deva Thundubis resounded. Hiranyakashipu's wife Kayadu, who was in grief, seeing the death of her husband, exhibited that in the form of consoling her son. But Prahlad was happy. He said, I am fortunate. I had the darshan of Vishnumurti. Wicked person Hiranyakashipu died. And Narasimha Murthy's anger did not reduce. On seeing his anger, Devas and others thought, no one knows what misery will come because of his anger. Nobody had the courage to go near him and sing praises of him to reduce his anger. Each one said the other, you go, you go. They asked others to go, fearing what might happen if they themselves go. All prayed to Indra and asked him to cool down Narasimha Murthy. Indra said, "Oh, I will not go near this fearful form." All prayed to Brahmadeva, but he said, "My body will get boiled. I will not go." Then all prayed to Mahalakshmi. She said, "I have not seen such a fearful form prior to this, so I will not go." Rishis and Devas all feared to go near him. Only on someone going to him and pray and request to him, he will cool down. So all looked at Prahalad and said, "You only should calm him down." On hearing to that, Prahalad prayed to Narasimha Murthy with devotion and said, "Swami, cool down." At once Narasimha Murthy lifted him, licked him with his tongue, and said loudly, "Prahalad, you suffered a lot so long. Here afterwards, only happiness for you." He hugged him. "Only now my mind has cooled down. Because of wicked Hiranyakashipu, my mind was boiling. On hugging you, his son, it cooled. As how I became happy by hugging you to my chest, like that you also will become happy hugging your children and grandchildren and great grandchildren. Along with your sons and grandsons, you will rule for a long time. Your dynasty will prosper. You are my devotee, so I cannot win over you." He gave that as a boon and roared loudly. On hearing to that roar sound, Devas knew Narasimha Murthy did not cool down still. So in fear, they meditated on Lord Ganesha do some comedy and make him happy. They prayed to him and requested him. Lord Ganesha, with his elephant face and big belly, got in his tiny Mushika Vakana and went. As Mushika went slow, he bet him. Mushika's leg broke. To make comedy out of the situation, Lord Ganesha fell for fun. Seeing that everybody laughed, Narasimha Murthy also laughed. On seeing him laugh, Devas thought his anger went off and were happy. But the Agni Jwala in Narasimhamurthi's face didn't reduce. Seeing that Devas went to holy Kailash, they got the permission from Nandi and went to Shiva's Sannadhi and prayed to him. "Maheshwara, you only bless us to get rid of our miseries and protect us. When the ocean was churned, you gave us all auspicious things, and you had the strong poison and got the name Nilakanta. Whenever we are in trouble, we will tell you. You will clear it. Now Narasimha Murthy's fierce Jwala troubles us. Only you can cool it down. So please calm him down and protect us." Lord Shiva said, "Whoever has surrendered to me, I will clear their sufferings. You all think it is got over." Devas praised him, saying, "Karunamurti, if you didn't have mercy on us, who else will clear our miseries?" Saying so, they started to their respective places. Lord Shiva took the form of Sarabeshwara. He went to the Narasimha Murthy's place. On seeing the terrible Sharabha form coming in distance, Narasimha Murthy began to think. Lord Shiva in the Sharabha form asked, "Narasimha, you killed Hiranyakashipu and Asuras and did good to this world, right?" At once Narasimha said, "Jai Jai Shankara," went on pradakshina around Lord Shiva and merged with him. Devas were happy. They put flowers on him and sang praises on Lord Shiva, Narasimha and Prahalad. Here afterwards, Narasimha will bless all those who pray to him, said Lord Shiva, looking at the Devas. He left to Mount Kailash. They say the story in different way also. As Narasimha drank Hiranyakashipu's blood, he lost himself and like a maniac, he became proud and arrogant. Devas, fearing the world itself will be destroyed, ran to holy Kailash, said to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva said them not to fear. With 2 heads, wings, sharp nails, 8 legs, severe anger, long tail and a big roar in Sharabha form, went to Narasimha and roared like a big thunder. He cut the lion's head and hands, peeled the skin and covered himself and went away to holy Kailash. Vishnu returned to his old consciousness and did puja to Lord Shiva. He said Narasimha Purana to Devas and sages and left Vaikunth. This is a story said in a different way. So the Mahamuni said, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were born as Ravana and Kumbhakarna and were killed by Sri Rama. They were born again as sons of Damaghosha as Shishupal and Dandavakra and were killed by Sri Krishna. Like this, Jaya and Vijaya took three births. Once the three births were over, they returned to Vaikunth and occupied their positions as security guard of holy Vaikunt again. They served Vishnu and remained happy. Sages, I have said you all the story of Narasimha Avatar and Lord Shiva's Sarabeshwar Avatar. Whoever hears this, all their miseries will go away and will attain all happiness. So the Mahamuni said so to the sages of Naimisaranya.